Good day, everyone. This is Chris with the Ancient Scholar. Today I'm going to go ahead and do a first look at the Amazon Kindle Fire. This is actually my wife's Kindle. I've had it for about a day now. She's does travel nursing and is taking an extended contract in some remote areas of the country, and she will have Wi-Fi, however. We thought this would be a really good way for her to have all. She loves to read, so we thought this would be a really good way for her to have all of her books and just a few basic apps and use the web and email and all that, and basically consume media, really easily and with a real portable device. So that was kind of the rationale, and so I think it'll get a lot of use. So we'll go ahead and take a look at this. The first thing I noticed when I first got to handle it is it feels very solid. It's a very solid feeling device, and it has actually a little bit of heft to it. I think it weighs just a little over 14 ounces, so just under a pound. So it has a little bit of heft to it. And I think some of that is the screen here is a what they call Gorilla Glass. Apparently, it's very, very strong, very tough, durable, which is actually good. Personally, I actually like the solid feel to it. Some of the tablets out on the market really kind of have this kind of flimsy, hollow kind of feel to them. This has a really solid feel. It feels kind of similar to the iPad. It's a little thicker than the iPad, but it does feel pretty solid nonetheless. So here we have it actually in the landscape mode. It does have an accelerometer in it, and it can detect from landscape to portrait. And this is basically where all the magic occurs right here. I have this main area here. This is the main place we interface. So up on the top here, I kind of have a little dock. It's very similar to the cover flow if you are used to the iPod Touch, the iPad, the iPhone, and use iTunes. It has a very, very familiar kind of feel to it. And these are all of the recently used or consumed media up here. So you can't really change anything up here. It's just if you use it. If you've used it fairly recently, it goes up here. So that's what we have here. We move this up. I have kind of my favorites dock. You can see I have my email contact, or rather my wife has email, contacts, Weather Channel, the Pandora app, Facebook app, which is actually just takes you to their web page, and then the Amazon. Up on top here, we have some tabs here. We have the newsstand. I don't think there's anything in this. This is where all your newspapers would go. You have always have your little home button. It'll always be here. It'll take you back home. You have your books. So we only have a couple of books here. I believe it comes with a dictionary. Very similar to if you've used a Kindle before. Very similar. You open the book up, and it looks really good. Back and forth on the pages. It's too bad. I kind of like the iPad. Kind of has a little when you slide it, the little page kind of peels up and looks like the page is flipping. Of course, the Kindle doesn't have that, but that's okay. You do have lots of different options. You can change your text, the line spacing, the margins. You can make it black on white, white on black. You kind of have the sepia color here. You can change the typeface. This is really cool. You can have many different kinds of fonts you can use, so that's really neat. So you have that available. You can do your bookmarks and all that, all the stuff you'd expect to have on a Kindle. So it looks pretty good there. Really good interface. You have your music. We don't have any music on there. Videos. If you have videos, we don't have any videos on there. Docs, if you had documents, PDFs, and etc. We'll go here. You have your apps. So these are the apps, and you can see most of these you'll have the device or the cloud. And the neat thing about this is if I get rid of an app, it'll always save that app on the cloud for you, and you can always download it. Or if you have a movie or music or any sort of media, because your space is fairly limited. You have about 8 gigabytes, and I think only about just over 6 actually available to the user. But if so you'll probably find yourself deleting a lot. But it always backs everything up onto your cloud there, and if you need to get to it, either stream it or download it, it'll do that via Wi-Fi through the cloud. So that's really nice, and I have to say, from our experiences so far, it's flawless. Of course, I've talked about my experiences with the Apple, the iCloud, and how I've been a little disappointed. Not the case with Amazon. Really, is seamlessly integrated. Really good experience with the cloud. Okay, then we have the web, the Silk browser. So we'll select that real quick, and I'm just not gonna. Oops. Let's go back there. Okay, so here I have just kind of some favorites here, and what we'll do is we'll just pull up good old Wikipedia. Oops. I was getting on the Wi-Fi for NMSU New Mexico State University last night. What the heck? We'll go to Amazon here. And you can see it loads up pretty fast. I know people have been kind of complaining about how slow the browser is. I really haven't noticed that too much. It seems to be pretty snappy. I don't know that it's as quick as, say the browser on the iPad, but from what I understand, the more you use the Silk browser on the Kindle, kind of the more you use it, the more the faster it gets, because it caches information on the cloud, on Amazon's cloud, about the sites you go to and all that. So apparently the more you use it, the better the browser experience gets. But you can see it just looks really good. Again, it's pretty snappy, so I don't really have any complaints about the browser. It has tabs. You have kind of your favorite pages, and I just really don't have any issues there. Here we have Google. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not having the issues that some people are apparently having. So that is that. I don't really have any apps or games on here. My wife is not a big game person at all, but I've seen videos, and the games apparently do work very 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 good, work very quickly. Email works real well. My wife uses Gmail, and it works very well on here. We have, of course, you guys are familiar with this here, the Quick Office. So you have your Word, PowerPoint, spreadsheets, and so on and so forth that you can go ahead and look at. So all in all, I guess in conclusion, all in all, I guess I should just show you this little gear here. You touch on this gear, this takes you into a lot of your options. It has your brightness, your volume. The only place that you can control your volume is actually through here. Your Wi-Fi, if you need to sync it. More options, you click on that. It has everything, security, display. It's kind of nice. You do have a security lock that you can set for the screen. And I'll just go ahead and actually show that to you guys here. So turn it off, turn it on, and I go to unlock it, and then it takes me to this. So it's kind of nice that you have to enter a password. In conclusion, my initial impression of the Kindle Fire, it seems to be a very solid device, solid performing device. I really don't have many complaints. It's certainly not. It certainly doesn't have the capabilities of the iPad, but again, I don't really think it's fair to compare this to the iPad. The Kindle, again, it's a Kindle. It's for reading books. It's for consuming media, and for doing it at a price that's just not going to bankrupt you. And at least at this point, it seems to succeed in what it offers, and it does it at a great price. Now, is it going to make someone like me want to make the switch over to an Android-based device? I love with my iPad. No, probably not. But then again, I kind of have different goals. I use my iPad differently. However, someone like my wife, who just wants to consume media, listen. I forgot to show you Pandora, but I have Pandora on there. Listen to music and just overall consume media at a good price. This is definitely the way to go. Okay, guys. Thanks again, and as always, thanks for hanging in there.